Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Thursday. It's the 30th of November 2023. Gonna look at the 8th race from Aqueduct, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the 8th from Aqueduct, and before I go any further, something I found weird, this afternoon, when I should have been doing work, I wasn't. I know, I was daydreaming. I was like, I wonder what the Aqueduct stake schedule for the winter is for next year, just see when the Jerome is, when the Withers is, when the Wood is, and something I noticed that the stake schedule isn't out yet, or the racing schedule for 2024, which I find quite weird. Very late in this season, in late 2023, we're going into the first tomorrow. So I don't know if it's just they're a little bit behind that they're going to announce it this week, or it's just something. I can't be the only one that's looked that up and find that it wasn't available yet. This stake schedule for the at least winter at Aqueduct, but hopefully they're not going to screw around with the stakes races. And we all know the big open secret of them not going back to Belmont next fall or next spring. I think that's out of the bag already, that the Belmont's going to Saratoga, but that's for another day. Let's look at the 8th race. Now I'm done ranting. Let's get to the 8th race, which is a very good race, very good card at Aqueduct. If I had some more time in my hand, I would look at the whole card for you too, but time's not on my side recently. For the next few weeks it won't be, but January it should be. We'll wait until then. But the 8th race from Aqueduct, it's an allowance race, purse $90,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards, never won $18,000 on the main claiming starter or stipend allowance racer. It's never won 2 races here. We have a field of 9 horses going the distance of round of 1,900 meters, or mile 3/16 on the Aqueduct main track. And before I go any further, I love that here on the Naira circuit this season they've been carting a lot more of these long distance dirt races. Usually they cart a lot of mile and a quarter, mile 3/16, mile 3/8 turf races, but this season they've been carting a lot of dirt mile 3/16, mile and a quarter races, which I quite like, and they're fun race to handicap. And if I'm not mistaken, in this condition book coming up at Aqueduct, there's quite a few of these long distance races. So hopefully they'll keep the momentum going into next year, because they're just fun races. Can't be the only one that doesn't like them, that likes them. But I'm going to take as a top selection here the one horse leading contender. I'm going to go 1-8-4-3 in the superfecta. 1-8-4-3 Super, top selection, one horse leading contender, 4-year-old gelding by Gunrunner. Chad Brown trains, Javier Castellano gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the end of October at Keeneland. Mile 16th in the allowance race, 110,000, and the horse finished second by a head that day, and he was with them on the front end, most of the race. He was a little bit wide. He needs something more, but he didn't go down without a fight. I thought he showed potential that day. Going to a longer trip, not the world's toughest horses. I think he'd get a trip to win. 2 back in allowance first-time winners at Saratoga, mile 8th on 3rd September. He finished second by 2.5 lengths. Film Star had the jump on him, was a next start winner. The 3rd place finisher, Sakil, was a next start winner. This horse just sat on the inside. He was a little bit wide late, but he just couldn't catch the winner, who had his own way on the front end and ran his heart out. This horse just wasn't getting to him that day. That Saratoga mile 8th is almost like a mile and a quarter. It could be very tiring at times. And then on first off the bench, off the 11-month bench at Monmouth, the mile 17 main special weight, he won by a half a length that day, and he had a dream trip around the race course. A little bit wide, but he really took off clear. 82 bar. That was a quite impressive run. And then on debut last summer at Saratoga, going 7 in the main special weight, he finished 7 by 21 lengths, and he didn't get out of the gate. Clearly, he was wide, and he just ran crap. But, as of recently, he's been training quite well on the training track at Belmont. I think going to the long trips shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to use him here. I think the 8-horse McAllen, for Tom Pletcher and Ira Ortiz could get a good trip to win. Hasn't been around 2 turns since June at Churchill, going on a mile and 8th allowance race, June of 2022 to be exact, where he finished 4th by 4.75 lengths that day, and he was just wide and just a little lackadaisical. Came back in early February here in a mile allowance race where he finished 3rd by 1.25 lengths, where again he got around the race course well. I thought he wanted something more, but I've seen worse race from him. Came on, the winner was the next start winner, Anejo, who I believe is a Doug O'Neill horse, if I'm not mistaken. It was based here last winter at on the Naira circuit, and then ran here a few weeks ago on the slop going a mile allowance race where he finished 4th by a length that day. Trip was way too short, but he just needed something more. But I thought he showed potential. Keep in mind the Signator, the winner, was a next start winner. Has only won once. That came at going a mile 40 in this winter of 2022 at Tampa, winning by 3 1/4 lengths. He really won for fun that day. Came back to run that fourth at Keeneland and an allowance race, and then ran okay at Churchill. But he hasn't shown, has been getting faster, but just hasn't been winning. I think he's sitting on a good race here today at 3-1. I would use him in the pick 4. But to recount my selection for the 8th from Aqueduct, going to take the 1-horse leading contender. Give kudos to the 8-horse McAllen. Where are we? 1843 Super, 1-8 in the Motul race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.